Hi, and welcome back to Purple Color Life. In today's video, we're going to be replacing the scissor jack on the back of our fifth wheel camper. I'm going to explain to you the why and the how. Now, I've already tried to repair this, but this was all bent up. You can see this piece is bent right here. And this whole section was pulled out of the metal here. This metal was all wrapped around and bent. And I've tried to bend it back using some channel lock pliers and a hammer to see if I could get this scissor jack to work. Unfortunately, it's too twisted. There's too much torque when you're twisting this, and then also when it's trying to support the weight of the camper. Now that this section's bent, it's just not strong enough, and it won't be safe enough to stabilize the camper the way we need it to. How did this get broken? Well, we're not exactly sure. There's a couple of different times we took this to a shop. Recently, it went to get a state inspection. It's possible that someone turning in and around the shop caught the edge of the scissor jack and bent it. You can see there is no damage that I can see along the bottom of the camper, but this sits up pretty high in the air, so someone's front end could easily have caught this without damaging the camper. The other possibility is someone was moving the camper around behind my truck for the inspection, or when we got the new tires put on last fall, and the tail swing caught them off guard and they caught something on this. With the size of this camper and the power of the truck, you wouldn't even really notice if this caught on something lightweight enough to bend that piece of metal out. But either way, regardless of how it happened, we need to replace it, and that's today's project. So you can see how this works is when you twist this, it raises and lowers the jack, but you can see ours doesn't work the way it's supposed to. It is very wobbly up in there now, and this section right here, I'll lower this down lower so you can see. This section is bent, so it's weakened. And all of this at least works a little bit now because I bent these tabs back in. But there should be like a little clip similar to that one on this side to keep that metal from all coming out. It's just not going to be strong enough now. So we're going to remove these mounting bolts. There's one on this side and one on the other side. I thought this inside edge might be a problem, but you can see I can push the plastic up here enough to get that bolt out. You can see where the bolt goes through there. On the other side, the carriage section is on the lower part and the bolt's up through. But here's where you can get a good look at the interface bolt pattern. It's kind of hard to believe that that's just held on with 2 bolts, but all it's doing is stabilizing the camper once you are camping. You can also see right here a bend where that was pushed around, so it definitely needs replaced. Again, the person who damaged it probably didn't even realize they did it. Brought out the driver, the rigid driver originally, but it didn't have enough torque to take these bolts off, so I ended up bringing out the big guns. This is the Octane impact gun adapter for the 9/16 inch impact socket, which came out of this nice DeWalt toolkit that I carry around with me when I am repairing stuff out away from the garage. Link down below in the description to that DeWalt toolkit. I use it all the time. It's easy to organize. You can see it's got a spot for everything, so you know if something's missing. This should come off of here pretty easily, I think. So I want to compare the bolt patterns here. This is what was on it, and you can see where it sat on the plate. There's a mark there. The new one's a little bit different, but I think we can still get some of these holes to line up where we need them. Remember, the side with the bolt head needs to be facing out so that you can raise and lower the scissor. I think we'll put the nut on the back one first to kind of hold this up in place. can find a location for this carriage bolt to fit in there. No open spots, so you know all your tools are back in the case. Super handy toolkit to have. And it is impact rated. Let's make sure this works okay. Nice and easy, actually. That's probably why it's called eaz-lift. I'm going to show you how nice this tool, you can see it just goes over the end here, goes into a drill. And then you can use that to raise and lower the scissor jack. Super convenient. Super easy. So that was a very easy and quick project. It did cost $75 that I didn't want to spend because it just got back from a repair facility. So again, I don't think it was anything that they even knew they did, or I'm not even sure when it happened. But replacement 2-pack, $75, Amazon link down below. These things seem like they're really good for what we need, and it was easy to install. So I chose these because they have the 7,500 pound rating. They got really good reviews. And you can see they come with the adapter to put them up and down. You put this in your drill to open and close the scissor jacks when you're camping. They come with the bolts with locking washers. I don't think we'll need these because I'll probably reuse the hardware that's existing. It's like a carriage bolt that goes through. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below if you have a guess as to what might have happened to our old scissor jack. Just bent all those metal tabs out that hold this straight piece through, which then let that auto spin and no longer work. Also, you can see bent right here, bent down here. So something definitely hit it, and it was very loose. This one, nice and tight now, and works great. You can actually, this one's so easy, you can turn it by hand, which this one, you definitely cannot turn by hand. At least not easily. But why turn it by hand when you can just do this? Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative and entertaining, please give us a big thumbs up, leave those comments down below, and hopefully we'll see you again the next time.
Unusable.